Hey, we're live. That was awkward. Hello and welcome to Willing Snackrifice. I'm Mike.
I'm Liz.
And today we have the sisters, the Jones Gear clan, Sarah and Teresa returning to the show. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Thanks.
It's good to see you again. And we got a weird episode for you today. This is going to be a ice cream social.
There will be ice cream and we are social.
Yes. So we're going to just get right into it. Basically, several months ago, we found out that Little Debbie and Walmart and some ice cream manufacturer, I can't remember the name of it. Liz, you might be able to assist with that.
Hudson Creamery.
Combined to make ice cream flavors out of their legendary snack cakes. I say legendary because they've been around for like forever. Right?
Yeah.
I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, in the world of processed snack cakes, you've got the Hostess.
Yeah.
You've got, at least in this region, Tasty Cakes. Entenmann's. Otis Spunkmeyer.
Which is a name I can never say
Terrible.
without feeling
What's the other one? Grandma's?
basically
Or the grandmother's, like the cookies.
Yeah.
Grandma Brown's.
Brown's.
Tasty Cake
I already
is
said that
around.
one.
Oh, you said Tasty
Mhm.
Cake?
Freshly's or Miss Freshly's?
Mrs. Freshly's.
Those are the ones that you usually only ever find in vending machines.
Right.
Dolly Madison.
Dolly Mad. We don't get a lot of those here.
I don't recall that at all. But like Little Debbie being turned into ice cream is like freezing my childhood.
Right. That's what I was thinking. It was like, so we all either grew up having these or got them out of the vending machine at school because they were like 25 cents for two brownies made of questionable ingredients.
Allie and I lived on Nutty Bars and Cosmic Brownies and Mountain Dew.
So we thought they were palatable. But now, all of us firmly into our 40s have different tastes.
I mean,
I didn't even care for them as a child.
Sort of. I still like Nutty Bars and Cosmic Brownies.
You can. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but you can admit that when you do eat them, they have like an ode to Play-Doh.
Yes. and honestly, I like them probably because it's nostalgic and
Not because they're actually good.
You got nostalgia goggles on.
yeah.
Because I have to say, the last time I had any of these, I can honestly say that I was like, oh, nostalgia, this sucks. I was like, I had like a Cosmic Brownie, and literally it tasted.
The icing tastes like Play-Doh.
It tastes like Play-Doh.
That's
smells
why I never
Play-Doh.
liked the consistency was
Yeah.
so weird out of brownie.
But
Not even fudgy.
the sad thing is that
strange.
because I had such a favorable association with them as a kid, as an adult, I'm like, this is the best, worst texture ever.
I think the Nutty Bars are forgivable because they have that wafer, so they
Yeah.
still have a crunch.
The crunch.
But then, like you were talking earlier about the oatmeal cream pie, which
Oh,
is just
I hate those.
Tasty.
not to rip off a TikTok person that I'm a fan of, but it's lotion in the middle. It's essentially the consistency of frothy hand lotion.
That makes me want to eat the ice cream even
Even
less.
less.
And like the frostings on stuff is basically waxy, chapsticky, flavored.
Powdered
So-
sugar and vegetable wax.
Right.
With a
so-
build up like that, how could you not want to eat it?
So, like we said, as a kid, excellent stuff. In college, affordable stuff. As a 40-year-old, maybe the ice cream base will redeem it
As
from
a,
being garbage.
as a
Yeah.
college kid, it was like, how can I get as sugar high as possible, as cheaply as possible?
So let's get started.
It's this and pixie sticks.
I used to do Twizzlers, like the giant family bags of Twizzlers.
We do that now, though.
So
Only
I don't
the
know
movies.
if the camera can see this super well.
I have snack cam.
Oh, you have
prepared.
snack cam prepared.
Oh.
You hang this down to the snack cam to show the, and you can open it to show the, or you can show the texture when I put it in a bowl.
So the first one up is the honey bun flavor.
We decided to go with potentially the lightest flavor first because
Oh, there's foil on
Oh, well, good. Thank God.
for safety reasons.
for safety.
You gotta protect what's inside.
We got to
it.
protect the thing full of preservatives.
I know.
So,
Like,
I mean, there's a swirl of some sort in there, and that's about all you see. You can agree with that, right,
Yeah.
Teresa?
Yeah, it's like a single swirl of whatever
Oh,
the
by the way,
honey
you're
bun
also on
inside
Snack Cam,
is. Oh,
Teresa, you're our snack.
What? I mean, you don't
high fat but delightful.
even know what camera to look at now, Teresa.
I
do
know,
you?
I don't. I meant-
Pick one. Pick one.
Your ADHD is gonna go through. All right, so I'm gonna hand this back down the way to Liz because she's got the scoop, and we're gonna turn the snack cam off for now.
This is what this flavor is going to be my least favorite. I already know because I hated the honey buns and also the oatmeal.
I always had this like I liked them, but they had like that weird like film that would end up in
Yeah,
the roof of your mouth.
Well, you're not a big
Yeah.
fan of honey.
I'm not a
in
big
general.
fan of honey in general. When honey is the predominant flavor, the only exception to that being baklava, but it's because there's so much other stuff
Yeah,
going on.
I'm curious because honey is when I make ice cream. Honey ice cream is actually one
But
of
I
my
like-
favorite flavors to make at
I
home.
like your honey ice cream. I just don't. I don't know.
So here's a little view of the ice cream
It's got a
itself.
pastry smell.
It does. It smells like. It smells biscuity.
You're gonna hate this because you're not a big cinnamon person. The cinnamon is very prominent. Or maybe I just got a bite with the cinnamon.
Well, I
base
tried
in it.
just the cream base first.
Oh. Poor cat is trying so hard to get me to pet him. I was like, buddy, I am doing stuff here.
This is not awful.
You're snackrifacing.
It's not awful.
It tastes like a pre-made cinnamon roll.
It does.
It tastes like a pre-made cinnamon.
I'm not mad at it, but I probably wouldn't choose this for myself, but if somebody handed me a bowl of it, I'd be like, okay.
I get almost like a little bit of like a churro
Yeah.
type flavor to it, like with the cinnamon, and you get like a little bit of like the bready kind of.
Yeah, there's like
Yeasty.
pastry pieces or something
Yeah.
in here.
It actually tastes like better pastry than an actual
Than the actual
bun.
honey bun.
Or maybe the only honey buns I've ever had have been stale.
It tastes a little bit like it tastes a little bit like pie dough almost in there.
Yeah.
It's
It's-
not terrible.
It's not. It's
I was
better than I expected.
I was very worried because, like Mike said, these honey buns tend to have a crystallized film on them because they sweat
From the
in the
icing.
package.
Oh god.
The
But did
pastries
you have to use the
sweat.
word sweat?
Yeah, I don't know how else to call it. Is there a better word than
No, there
No.
really isn't.
the pastries sweat in the package?
Not too loud.
I'm just moving it back a little bit so we don't kill people. But yeah,
I am in general too
Grass
loud,
green.
so it happens.
Is grass green? Is water wet?
Shut up.
Does pastry sweat?
In one of the first musicals I ever did with Lake Plains Players, they're like, you're going to need a body mic for your 4-word solo. I was like, no, I'm not. They're like, are you sure? There's a lot of people singing. I was like, trust me. I got this.
So verdict?
I give it a thumbs
I
up.
mean, it's fine.
Acceptable.
It's fine.
If you really like cinnamon rolls,
You'll like it.
you'd probably like it.
I'm definitely not going to eat the rest of this, though. Otherwise, it would
Or
not.
packaged, almost like prepackaged cinnabons.
I keep feeling
or
like
something.
there's some other comparison I want to make, and it's almost like it has a liqueur-esque flavor to the
It's the
background.
pastry flavor. I
Yeah.
think.
Are you redoing bowls like every time?
If you want to.
I just don't think I'm going to finish that.
I'll
Amount.
use the same one.
Okay.
For now.
I'm trying to give everybody.
I will for the future if it's something that I'd forgotten that Star Crunch was a thing. I am so excited. I loved those things even though they were
Oh,
awful.
Liz, you
Joshua.
shift it. You jostle.
Oh,
Shift it.
sorry.
Well, you can go straight to snack cam. And I will endeavor to.
Take your time.
Let me
Yeah,
do
like
that.
No, I was
special
gonna
hold
say-
music for the technical.
Okay, yeah, you're good.
You're fine.
You're fine.
Yeah,
I'd forgotten
so-
that Star Crunch was a thing. I'm
I wanna
excited.
do this. I know. Let's do. Let's do that.
I don't know if I remember what Star Crunch was.
So
Like I
Star
said, I
Crunch
didn't eat
is
these.
kind of like the Rice Crisp, chocolate, caramel.
like 100 grand bar only.
Almost,
Oh,
yeah.
Only circle.
So we can hand that down to Liz. Yeah, so Star Crunch, and we'll see what this one's like.
Some of these do have a vanilla base, and some of them have a chocolate base. I don't know if this one does. It's pretty.
We'll find out.
It's pale.
I wonder
Is
if
it a
it's
caramel base?
Caramel
I bet it's a
base?
so that
caramel
they didn't
base.
have to put like gooey caramel in it.
Actually, that's not a bad idea though, because otherwise all you would taste was chocolate. So I'm wondering how they're going to get a main component of Star Crunch was rice. So like, how are they getting that experience in there?
Yeah, Mike, you're gonna need to hand back your bowl.
Yeah, keep that.
Oh, this one is me.
All right, so I already see like little like almost like chocolate chips in this.
Yeah.
I don't know if
It
you
looks
got
like a
any
more
choices.
like
She did.
darker
I did.
darker colored ice cream. So you can see like what that looks.
Well, I want to know what the description on this one is.
They really don't have description.
I think
Jettiness across the
Okay.
table.
I think they're assuming you already know
Yeah,
These-
I'm just wondering what.
these classic snack cakes.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there's like if the rice factor.
You want like tasting notes.
Yeah, the
I
only
want to know if the
thing-
rice factors in somewhere.
the only
Oh,
thing
the
they do
chocolate covered
is
rice pieces.
They say a cold and creamy
Is that
twist
what that
on
is?
a classic treat. Our
Mhm.
family-owned brands Little Debbie and Hudsonville Creamery crafted this delicious Star Crunch inspired ice cream to make special moments even sweeter. So
That's it.
that's it.
Yep, the rice is inside the
The
little
rice is
chocolate
inside the
pieces.
chocolate. It's chocolate covered
This-
Rice Krispies.
It's actually pretty good, I gotta say.
The caramel flavor is a little weak.
Oh, but it's not bad. I would totally eat this.
Yeah, I gotta say their ice creams aren't bad. Like they're
No, not at all.
I mean they're pretty decent for I think they were $2.50 a pint at Walmart. And
Yeah.
really so far the two ice creams we've had, they're not horrible. Like
Yeah, and I like that they didn't go the obvious direction and have the chocolate be the base on this one.
I think their ice cream is a little icier than I tend to care for
But it's not bad
in
at
an
all.
ice cream. I usually tend to prefer my bases a little bit thicker, a little bit velvetier.
Like a higher fat content.
Yeah,
Yes.
but you also have more disposable income to buy better ice cream.
well, I'll say this. I
Fair, I
was
do.
setting my expectations low.
yeah,
So-
yeah, seriously. But that one actually
No, yeah, that's
is pretty darn good. I would eat that on purpose.
Like if you consider like some of the premium pints at
Yeah.
in your grocer's freezer, that this is a pretty cheap pint.
Like,
yeah.
I love that you sounded like a commercial just then.
I
Well,
try
yeah,
and
I
go
mean,
for that.
I bought a pint of Talenti a couple weeks ago,
Yeah,
gelato, and that was like $6.
yeah, yeah. And some of them like there's one out of Ohio that I've had. I've actually been to their ice cream shops in Ohio, like Jen's, I think, or something.
Jenny's, is that
Or
the one
Jenny's.
that's it's the not the dairy free, it's the egg free ice creams.
Yeah, theirs are really good, very flavorful.
Jenny's Splendid ice cream.
Now I have to say, as a Little Debbie treat, I never went for the Star Crunch.
I did.
They're one of the only ones I used to actually
They're,
tolerate
they're,
because I like caramel.
they're a little hard on your teeth though because of the
They were-
super chewy, crunchy caramel.
And I had braces. So
Oh yeah, I
why-
did too.
Same.
And then I want to say that the chocolate isn't so much chocolate as it's cocoa.
Yeah, it's definitely not chocolatey. It's more like the Rice Krispies. It's like a Cocoa Crispy.
Yeah, it tastes like cocoa, like hot cocoa made cold instead of like a chocolate bar.
Yeah, but I dig it. I'm in favor.
That's okay. I
Here.
definitely like it better than the other one.
Mike, do you like
That's
it?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. So far, the honey bun is my favorite.
It's got a. I am surprised to say this because I thought the honey bun would be like the most hard flavor to develop, but it was a more pronounced flavor than this. This was just chocolate
Yeah.
and crunchy.
I-
The caramel didn't come through in the ice cream. I mean, it wasn't bad.
No,
It just didn't come.
but it
through
was
as-
really mild
as
caramel flavor. It was more like it tasted a little bit more like a sweet cream
Yeah.
ice cream to me.
I think with me, it's just the honey bun is just a combination of flavors I normally wouldn't seek
Yeah,
out
here for it.
in ice cream.
There's one of these I'm kind of really worried about
Burning through 'em.
because of how what I don't. No, it's what I don't like in ice creams. I really don't like strawberry ice cream. So
I don't like most fruit ice creams.
I don't like it unless I'm making it, and I know that the fruit is fresh in season fruit.
Well, and to me, it's not even that. It's that I don't know something about the combination of fruit and milk. I just
Do you
to
want
me,
to get it out of the way?
Fair.
it just it numbs
Right? Like get it out of the way. Get it out of the way. Get it out of
it
the way.
numbs the taste of the fruit for me. I don't care for it.
But strawberry in particular, especially if there's any artificial strawberry flavoring in things,
It doesn't taste like real
something about
strawberries.
that, like strawberry quick, strawberry milk, or
Ugh,
strawberry
bleh.
shakes. Ugh.
Yeah, we know there's actually not going to be much
Real
legitimate
Strawberry, yeah,
flavor.
not at that price.
This is going to taste like strawberry shortcake dolls smell.
Oh, God.
That's my prediction.
You're absolutely correct. I'm sure of it.
Oh my god, and that is such a visceral memory too. That smell of those
Yes.
strawberry shortcake dolls.
Plastic, fake fruit,
And baby powder.
and baby
Yeah.
powder.
It kind of matches your dress, Teresa.
Oh, that is pretty pink.
I
pretty strongly pink.
I do like pink.
Does
As far
anybody
as
want a new
clothing,
bowl
is
or keep the
concerned.
bowl they have?
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Okay.
It's
We have to pin them down to at least Sarah.
Matches.
I can't
Give me
imagine
an order.
that I'm gonna
Teresa, move your spoon, please.
Oh, here's the lid back.
very nearly whacked you with my dirty spoon. Sorry.
Thank you so much.
Not you.
Oh, Mike.
Him.
Him.
The
That
man.
So yeah, it's got a strawberry colored swirl.
Dad would love this.
He would. My father
My dad-
loves like a strawberry
My
milkshake.
dad loves strawberry flavored ice cream products, but he also likes cheesecake ice cream, which baffles me, but
I
whatever.
love cheesecake ice cream.
I
Real
mean,
cheesecake
if
ice
it's
cream.
good, okay,
But you have to have something tangy in it. I like key lime cheesecake ice cream.
So what's the smell?
smells like little girl's strawberry perfume.
Did we establish like what your favorite actual Little Debbie snack cake is? Liz, did you answer that?
Oh,
Or well, let's do it this. What was your favorite one growing up?
my favorite one growing up would be the Nutty Bars.
Okay.
Probably the same.
same. I
liked wafer
I
cookies.
was big on the cosmic brownies in college, but yeah, nutty bars are definitely my favorite.
I would say I started like as a kid the Swiss cake rolls, and then Nutty Bars are like now my favorite.
Swiss cake rolls are the most ubiquitous, so I think most people have fond memories of them, even though the chocolate on the outside basically tastes like sealing wax.
Yeah, although what's the one that does like the Hostess ones are really
Ho-Ho.
good.
Ho-Hos.
Yeah, Ho-Hos.
Ho-Hos are better than Swiss cake
Yeah,
rolls
Ho-Hos are superior to Swiss rolls.
Although
because the
And I don't
chocolate
think
tastes
so.
like chocolate.
although I gotta
Chocolate
say
tastes like
the
chocolate.
Italian ones we found are
Oh, I
amazing.
can only imagine. I want to try those. Yeah, I will not be.
but you know I was thinking
It's really not
the
very
Dolly
No,
Madison
no.
the Dolly Madison snack cakes I mentioned earlier.
No
You
problem.
know why those were memorable is because they had the Peanuts characters on the packaging.
I just can't.
The strawberry part is a little bit too like really cheap fake strawberry candy.
You know what
flavor.
it tastes like to me? Not even
Freeze-dried
candy.
strawberry.
Freeze-dried strawberry.
What it
candy.
tastes like to me is the shitty filling in a strawberry Pop-Tart.
Fair.
And I only know this
Smells
unfortunately
like a
because
strawberry
my
Pop-Tart.
father is addicted
Yeah, I don't
to
want that.
unfrosted. Dad eats unfrosted strawberry Pop-Tarts, which is basically like having the world's worst jam inside of cardboard. That's what that tastes like to me.
And it does have some kind of in with the swirl. There is some kind of like cakey
Cake pieces.
pieces,
Yeah.
but it doesn't taste like cake pieces. It, just tastes like a weird.
I think it's supposed to be like
Texture
I think
inside
it's
them.
supposed to be like graham cracker for like the cheesecake part, but
Well, shortcake rolls. There's
Shortcake
nothing really
rolls.
cheesecake.
oh yeah,
about them.
yeah. Sorry.
So they're supposed to be basically
Not-
a custard, like not
Yeah.
lotion
Lotion filler.
body gel, and the wrapper.
Hey, I think it's supposed to be the shortcake around the outside. It's just
like
to me, it's just a texture. It doesn't
tastes like
have
the middle
its
of
own
a pop
flavor.
but it tastes like the middle of a Pop-Tart, and I think it's gross.
Yeah, and I don't
What's
think any of us
your
were fond
take
of
on
that
this one, dear?
I mean, what you guys have already said is very true on this one. This one's so far the most disappointing of them. I mean, with the pint,
really
the
care
pint
about
won't
this
go to
stuff.
waste. I mean, I'll eat it. Don't get me wrong.
I might try to avoid the biscuit or the pastry
Yeah.
flavors. I mean, knowing what it is. I mean, it's like you're not going into it going, "Ooh, this is the highest quality strawberry ice cream I've ever had." No, you know you're going into it and essentially having Pop-Tart ice cream.
Hmm.
But
So I mean, that's what I expected, and that's absolutely what it
Yep,
tastes
that's
like.
absolutely what you got.
I don't even
Pop-Tart
think I
ice
could get
cream.
my kid to eat it.
Yeah, but he has also grown up with parents who had a lot of disposable income, so he has the luxury of being a snob at 10 years
It's
old.
not about everything. Like he likes
No.
popsicles no
Hey,
matter
Liz,
what they are.
When you
But
come back, just hold the container up in front of that camera.
okay.
We'll be at the next one.
But ice cream, yeah, he's picky a little bit about ice cream.
He's picky about a lot of things.
He's picky about he chocolate too. He really enjoys really good chocolate.
Because he's had really good chocolate. We were poor
First chocolate
when we
ever
were
was a
let out.
Lindt truffle.
This child is so spoiled.
It's still his favorite. That's what we always.
We
put
were
in the
poor
advent
when we
calendar.
were little, so we didn't have good chocolate until we were adults and
Like
had
Hershey
disposable
bar
income.
that we have to split among three of us.
as we discussed it,
Oh, Swiss cake.
More cake roll.
Keep coming. There you go.
There we go.
And you can turn the lid up.
Yay! Perfect.
If you want to show like the
It's the non-hostess ho-ho ice cream.
Yeah. The no
Oh, that is
The
chocolate
no-ho.
and chocolate.
The no-ho.
This is the no-ho.
The no-ho, if you will.
Chocolatey
That's
chocolate.
Yeah.
there's no question there.
Yep. Oh, so very chocolate. Hi, kitty cat.
I know.
So
He's
now-
like,
So I
Pay
wonder,
attention to
is
me.
there going to be like some white swirl? in
yeah, I don't
this,
know. What
You
this
know,
is. It can't just be
Like,
straight
it
up.
looks like there's just a teeny bit on the top, so I think it's probably
swirled in.
swirled in. Because you'd have to get in the lotion icing somewhere.
Get the lotion.
That's never going to leave my brain now.
It puts the lotion
Shit
on
on
its ice cream, or it gets the hose again.
Oh, not right.
Yeah, that
Sorry.
that movie gave me trauma, I'm just saying.
There's like taint
How
of
so?
strawberry.
How so?
I'm kidding.
Tainted.
Quit. It's like, you need to ask.
Don't make
I
everything
try and
taste
bring
like
some
that,
comedy to this.
Yes, you
Yeah, but
absolutely
it's a
try.
little bit of
I try.
white lotion down the middle.
Wait, did I not get any lotion?
There's really
This-
actually
Oh, it's
not
like
that
flip it
much.
over and see if
Core
there's-
in the middle of like
that's
a.
weird.
It's like when you get the Ben and Jerry's pints that have like the little cores. in
Oh, I
them.
see. I see a little
Ah, yeah.
bit. Yeah, I just flip mine over. There's a little white.
Make sure you get sufficient lotion.
Yep, I'm never going to be able to think of anything else on that.
So yeah, there's a little bit of white there in this sea of darkness.
All I can taste.
It smells like a ho ho. It smells
Here's-
exactly like a
Here's
ho-ho.
the weird thing about this. and
Oh, it's gooey. Like the white is gooey.
yeah. I'll see if anybody else
Oh no.
thinks the same, but all I can taste is the icing. It's not discernibly chocolate.
No, to me it tastes like
Oh, there's chunks.
someone just froze cheap chocolate cake batter.
Yeah, it is weirdly
Like box cake batter.
we expected the chocolate to be really aggressive, cheap cheap chocolate, and like if I had my eyes closed, I might not be able to tell you this is chocolate ice cream.
Right, it tastes like cake batter. And
Tastes
not
like
even
cake batter.
discernibly chocolate cake batter.
Mm-mm.
It tastes like an off-brand box cake batter that you stuck in your freezer.
That's so weird because this is like screwing with my head because it looks like chocolate, but it does not taste like chocolate.
And Sarah, one that wasn't like completely mixed
Mhm.
either. The
So there's
little
like
chunks,
little bits.
little bits. Like you think like you're getting like bits of the mix that weren't totally like,
integrated.
Integrated.
Because
Yeah.
it's not like a discernible texture.
No,
It's just little bits of stuff.
I
And I
expected
can't
to.
taste the icing at all. I just get like a weird gooiness from that.
Just tastes like sugar.
Tastes all one flavor to me.
So I guess
wow.
my question.
I just got a couple big chunks.
This is so weird.
So my question, nostalgia aside, did the Swiss rolls themselves ever taste like chocolate?
I
I
never
have
thought
one
that tasted particularly chocolate.
I am now questioning everything I thought I knew.
Because they were a light cocoa cake. They weren't ever like super chocolate.
It's so weird that it's so dark in color and does not
No
taste
thanks.
like chocolate. That's so weird.
Yeah, no thanks. Hard pass.
It's not awful.
No, but I
I
expected
think I
to-
probably couldn't have more than 2 or 3 spoonfuls of it though, because for some reason it tastes very cloyingly sweet.
It is so sweet.
because it just tastes like sugar, cake batter.
It's because of that
Yeah,
white stuff in the middle,
the
the goo. It's like straight up sugar.
I expected to like that a lot more than I did.
You know what? You know
That's
what
the
you could
aftertaste. I
do?
have confectioner sugar icing.
You could mix it with the strawberry one and make a chocolate covered strawberry.
Or
A
a
chocolate covered Pop Tart.
no, it wouldn't
Mystery
even be
roll.
chocolate covered. It would be a cake batter
Cake
covered.
batter covered
Or you could
strawberry
go to a garage
shortcake.
sale and find a strawberry shortcake doll.
Dip a Pop Tart in pancake batter, and that will taste like these two ice creams.
Did you
It's
get
just
chocolate here?
so
Did you get
weird.
like discernible chocolate? The Star Crunch had more chocolate.
Yeah,
flavor.
it
Even
did.
with the little crisp, just it on the
The
crispies.
little crispy rice things were like covered with like chocolate and they tasted like chocolate. This like cake batter was an apt description.
It's
It
so
just
weird.
It's an odd texture, and it's yeah.
This is
So
actually for me
strange.
worse than the strawberry one.
Yeah, I'll go with that because at least
I
the
mean, I
strawberry
hate
one,
fake fruit flavors. So
at least the
strawberry's
strawberry
the worst to me.
one tasted like what I expected it to taste like. This just tastes like sugary nothing.
I'm fully thinking like like parents buy these for kids
Yeah,
and
Because
kids
the
will
kids
love
won't
it.
care.
They'll
Oh my God,
love it.
Ice
most
cream.
kids probably would really like it.
Yeah. Because it just tastes like sugar.
Dang, but
Yeah, he's an anomaly.
he's a fussy child.
He is an anomaly.
Would you like me to take your bowls, considering the next one probably shouldn't be dunked in the not chocolate?
Sorry. I was trying to help, but you have longer arms than me.
It's all good. Yeah. So,
I did, side note.
Was it good, bad? Yes,
not
no.
all related.
well, I mean, Liz, as you go walk further and further away from the microphone,
Sorry.
is it good, bad? I would say that's probably the worst one we've had.
Yeah. So far.
There you go.
I
So
don't-
far, and we're about midway through now at this point.
I didn't really care for the honey bun, but again,
Both of the cake roll ones
at
were
least
discernibly
yeah. At least
off-putting.
at least the honey and strawberry tasted like what I expected them to taste like. So I give them a little more of an edge
mean-
because of it.
Yeah, my two though were the honey and the Star Crunch.
I think the Star
I liked
Crunch is
the
the
Star
only one
Crunch.
I could have eaten more than like 2 or 3 spoonfuls.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only one that I would buy on purpose for myself.
This one I'm interested in.
Which one is this?
I have
Oh
I have high hopes for this one.
God.
And this is clearly
Sorry.
okay.
Controversial flavor.
So earlier we did least favorite or most favorite snack cake. How about your least favorite one of all time?
I think you can guess mine based on the sound I just made,
The-
but it's this.
The oatmeal cream pies.
My brother was addicted to them. He would eat them all the time. All I could taste when I ate these things is sugar. And because of the lotion filling, the cookies would get really like
too squishy,
gooey and squishy and have an objectionable texture.
I always like taking them to school, and you would have them for lunch, and you would accidentally heat them up in your locker.
Oh
like,
God!
to lunch.
No, see what was
It was that
gross.
like right next to the bologna sandwich that can also be slightly heated.
God.
There
Oh, yeah.
was no refrigerators for our lunches that we brought
No.
to school. We just
There-
hoped and prayed against salmonella.
when I was in elementary school, the big thing that when people brought these in, I don't know why it was this specifically and not any other Hostess or Debbie products, but these things specifically, it was big in my elementary school that we would put them on the floor and step on them, and the package would explode and like shoot the stuff everywhere because
Hey.
9-year-olds.
I mean, it seems like a good use.
It would step on it and would make a really loud pop noise when the bag exploded, and then it would just go everywhere.
And then you would go to social studies class and watch starving kids in Ethiopia and feel bad.
I think though my least favorite of the snacks was always any of the ones that involved coconut.
I like
Because
coconut.
I don't like coconut at the best of times, but
Oh, I'm so not looking forward to this.
So oatmeal cookies
yeah,
in
that
general.
smells like frosting.
Oatmeal cookies in
She
general
does.
are not everybody's favorite.
Oh.
Yep, that's exactly as unpleasant as I expected it to
The
be.
base tastes like frosting,
Mm-hmm.
not like vanilla or like really, really fake vanilla.
I can't.
You know, like imitation vanilla extract.
I can't. I can't. I'm sorry. I had one spoonful. That's all you're getting out of me. I'm sorry. I can't.
Well, I'm trying it with the cookie.
I mean, more power to anybody who likes them. To me, it's nothing but sugar. All I taste is the icing.
The cookie is almost like a gummy texture.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing I remember about them as a kid. It had that weird, squishy, gummy texture for the cookie because, like, the fat would leach out of the icing and make the cookie all like gummy and greasy almost.
It tastes exactly like what I remember those
It
cookies to taste
sure
like.
does.
Would your brother like it?
Entirely possible.
This
My
is
brother
like,
can't have
yeah, this is
milk.
this is like stepping back in time.
So this
Seriously.
is, in your opinion,
Yeah,
I
this one
never
is-
ate these as a
Yeah.
kid. I don't think I ever had these as a kid.
It would taste exactly
do you
like
like it?
So they are true to the Little Debbie snack.
Yeah.
True to flavor, true to that weird chew texture of the cookie.
Do you like it?
Did it always taste like
I'm not
sugar?
going to have more of it.
I
That's
just
true.
I feel bad
Um,
throwing it and the bowl
No,
away
it's
because
fine.
I don't like to waste things,
We
but
got-
It's mind blowing to me. I got to say this, Teresa. It's mind blowing to me that you've been on previous episodes of this and tried all of these weird, and I mean weird Japanese snacks.
and that's
And
what
this is what's triggering you to
Okay.
make vomit noises.
two things about that. I also
plum candy. We also
two
all
things
had
about that. I
reaction.
also made the vomit noise on the plum candy. Anything fish flavored that is not fish, and
The chocolate dip cuttlefish.
the it was the only unpleasant thing about that candy store, that amazing candy store in Hilo on Hawaii.
Yes.
Chocolate dipped cuttlefish.
I would argue that this is a much more visceral reaction out of you.
That is true, but to be fair,
It's just because you remember
it
hating
is.
them.
I
from
remember
being-
hating them with a passion as a child, and this was like, hey, remember all those years that you hated those things? Here you go.
We also, in our family,
I know what your therapy session's going to be about today.
right?
I had PTSD trauma from an oatmeal cookie.
We also have pretty visceral reactions in our family about
Sure.
cookies because we
yeah.
grew up with someone who baked impeccable cookies.
Yes.
And so we were always super picky about like
Snack-
pre-made
Snack
cookies.
foods.
Sure.
Like one of the only ones we tolerate were those little chocolate covered graham crackers and
I
Or
still
like the
Oreos.
Keebler ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Oreos.
Still love
And
those
that's
chocolate
pretty
covered
much
ones.
it. We didn't want anything to do with any other kind of,
Because my mom makes
and my mom wouldn't buy them.
Right. Well, you mentioned wafer cookies earlier. And those I always really enjoyed.
Mhm.
So you would invariably get those like if you didn't get them in the pack, you'd get them in the bulk food section.
Yes, like the
So you'd
strawberry
get those,
vanilla
but then
chocolate one.
like that brings me to like my mom would make a lot of cookies,
Mhm.
but if she didn't, you'd end up getting the like if you didn't get them in like the packet, the prepackaged ones, you get those Wortman ones out of the
With like a little
And it was
bag.
like,
Yes.
and it didn't so much taste like a wafer cookie as
and it ended
like
up with little crumbles.
blown in, as like
Oh,
blown
no.
in insulation with sugar in between.
I didn't care because the flavors. I love the flavors of those.
Insulation Napoleon.
But like not only those, but like all the other various Wortman ones that like a lot of them were like as hard as a brick.
Oh,
Yes,
they were
yeah.
so-
Like-
and sandy texture.
Yeah, you'd
Yeah.
bite into one and they would explode.
And it like it's like that texture that like squeaks on your
Right in the
teeth,
Sahara Desert.
which is why I compare it to blown insulation. Is it just like it squeaks
You eating a
against
whole
your
lot of
teeth?
insulation that you know?
I mean, no,
So this was a non-chocolate. So the next one is going to be
a
a
chocolate.
chocolate.
Hey Liz,
Yes,
can you grab me a tissue?
Yes. Does anybody else have ice cream ready nose?
No, surprisingly, I am starting to get a bit of the dairy. I think I'm the only member of our family that managed to escape having some
Dairy
issue,
sensitivity.
some
of some
issue
kind.
with dairy sensitivity.
Ben and I. The problem is, and Ben's is much worse than mine.
You
But
shifted the camera again.
Ben and I
Now
don't.
it's the Mike and Teresa show.
Ben and I don't have trouble with lactose. We have trouble with casein.
So it's like milk allergy
It's
rather
a
than
it's a protein rather
That's
than a
good.
sugar that we have the trouble with.
yeah.
Which is why I don't have as much trouble with things like yogurt
Were
that are
you
fermented.
gonna put the
or
oatmeal
cheese.
one away, or
I have digestive issues
Can
with
I
weird
accidentally
random
forget
things.
it and let it melt?
I'll eat the rest of it. I don't have that much of an issue with it.
Oh, Duffy's apparently taking your seat. He wants the next round.
He's almost on every episode. You realize that, don't you?
Yeah, but he's like, I like ice
He's
cream.
in the seat. He wants the next round.
You can't have it because it's
You have
chocolate. You can eat the gross oatmeal cookie you want.
Oh, he didn't like the sound of
It's
that.
like,
We're going to wreck Teresa's nostalgia to see if it truly is as good as she remembers.
If it's
And by
as
good-
cosmic as
as-
she remembers.
yeah, by good you mean bad.
So the old cosmic brownies.
I think Cosmic Brownies is kind of like Mountain Dew. Even though you know it's horrible, you loved it because it was horrible, maybe?
Again, this looks almost exactly like
Like
the
Swiss
Swiss
cake
cake roll one.
Yeah, which
There.
I have a feeling means I'm going to be disappointed.
If it's the same,
Base, I wonder.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah, actually, it shifted to a better position, weirdly.
he says no, mom. Can I have a seat?
Get thee out, kitty cat.
He goes, no, mom. I want to be here. No ice cream for you.
Certainly not the chocolate kind. What I'm afraid of is if they have those little sprinkles,
Yeah, I
Sprinkles,
can see
yeah.
one.
they're probably going to be hard as rock. So watch your
It'll
teeth.
be like those holiday non.
Oh,
Yes.
can I tell you guys a fun story about one time when we went to a brunch for, I think it was for Father's Day. It
Oh,
was
do you want to reuse your dish?
nah.
Okay.
So we went to a brunch at the golf course that my dad works at, and they had for dessert they had like a make your own sundae thing,
Okay.
and you know you can put all sorts of toppings on the sundaes.
Sure.
And I didn't realize it,
Oh, they're brown.
but I thought they had two bins of M&Ms.
Oh
No. It was Skittles.
Skittles.
Skittles
Those
are
are-
ice cream. Is
Those-
terrible.
It is not good.
Gross.
And when those get cold, they're
Rock.
pretty hard to chew.
That's why Mom and I don't
my
ever
God.
get the M&M flurries at
Yeah, it's a
McDonald's.
texture. It's a texture.
So here we go.
It's that same.
How is it sweeter than the Swiss roll?
And hear Sarah's reaction to it. It doesn't sound like it's boding well for this one either.
It has that.
I think this one tastes more chocolatey though.
It does taste slightly more chocolatey, but it also has that weird Play-Doh texture that the brownies themselves had.
I don't care. I love it anyway.
And I got a sprinkle. There's not many, but I did
Yeah,
get a
they're very
sprinkle and it
few.
definitely crushed.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah, funny side story. Sarah made a cake for Zane's birthday that had those fancy nonpareils on it. My mom broke a tooth. There was a casualty
As
from
it is
Zane's
taken.
birthday cake.
It's definitely chocolatey. It tastes
Yeah.
like, it actually tastes like
And
chocolate ice cream.
It's not the greatest ice cream I've ever had, but it is a serviceable chocolate ice cream.
It's
in
not
my
as
opinion.
bad as the Swiss cake
No.
because they had that weird gooey frosting.
It's not a great chocolate brownie ice cream, but it's not a horrible one.
Yeah, it's not Ben and Jerry's chocolate fudge brownie.
Yeah, there's no hunks of brownie.
It's like a C plus. Okay, not great.
Because the few pieces of brownie that are actually in there are almost the same texture as the ice cream. So they're
Yeah.
not like discernible.
Yeah, if it was
Chunks.
like a chunk rather than like a smoosh. It's okay. It's not great,
I have a sprinkle caught my tooth.
but it's okay.
Okay, I got a chunk, and the chunk made it more pleasantable, like more pleasant. Like I wonder if you go deeper into the pint, like you
Oh.
get more of the
Because it's not because it's colder
yeah.
and it wouldn't smush as much. It's
And
okay.
that upped
It's
it a
fine.
little bit in my grading.
Mhm.
I put it in my top 3.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but that's
Yeah, so
mostly
number
because I
6.
didn't like many of the other ones.
I think
I
Yeah,
still
this
like
is
the
six.
Star Crunch the best.
So far, it's the honey buns, the Star Crunch, and this one. Are
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
top 3.
Swiss roll is definitely a strawberry shortcake roll and the oatmeal cookie is a
The oatmeal cookie is my 4th one.
I have admitted extreme prejudice against the oatmeal cookie one.
I don't
Yeah.
know what those
I don't-
oatmeal cookies ever did to you, but man,
It's the super fake vanilla flavor
They
too.
got-
and
That's
the-
yeah, that's a large part of it. Is that
hell
it,
hath no fury like a oatmeal cream cookie that scorned Teresa.
it's true. Ask if you ever want to hear about extreme prejudice on food items, ask me my opinion of Long John Silver's.
Oh my god! Don't get me started.
I got sick once. I'm not a person who prefers beer battered fried things anyway. I got sick once as a result of one of their chicken items. And as such, in my mind, Long John Silver's will always be a combination of that experience and this one used to order those deep fried cannonballs. What are they called?
Hush puppies.
Hush puppies,
Hush
they're
puppies.
delicious.
And I hate
Right?
I hate malt vinegar, both the taste and the
I
smell.
love malt vinegar.
I can't stand the smell of it in particular.
Well, wait. You
Sorry.
don't have to dip them in the malt vinegar.
No, but the smell.
Well, it's
it's
because
like
my dad and I douse everything
it,
in malt
Or-
vinegar.
it makes me nauseated. Sorry, go ahead.
It's okay. So this is kind of it has a chocolate feature to it, but it's definitely not a chocolate.
I had forgotten zebra cakes were a thing.
Zebra?
I'll-
Zebra?
Ziba neighbor.
Uh,
It's a good.
I had
Yeah.
forgotten zebra cakes were a thing.
You've got zebra cakes. So
I, have a
I believe
feeling
it's a vanilla cake
So-
with vanilla icing and or vanilla frosting and chocolate icing.
I think this is going to be like the Swiss cake rolls. I bet money it's just going to taste like cake batter.
It's got like almost like a
It's got more chocolate than I
vanilla
expected.
swirl style.
Yeah,
too.
considering
Yeah.
that there was never all that much chocolate
On a
them,
zebra cake, yeah, it's got more chocolate than I expected.
it was more just like decorators.
So-
I have a feeling it's just going to
Your
taste
Long
like
John Silver's thing, I was thinking about it. Like
Ugh.
the only time I ever ate there was like when I was traveling a lot for work, and I took the opportunity. Like one night, like I was on the road. I was like getting fast food a lot,
Mhm.
so I was just like, "Ah, shit, I'll just try it," and it wasn't very good
No,
at all.
no.
It was the first and only.
I can't. As a kid, I ate almost everything as a kid, but the things that I did have a problem with, a lot of it was texture based. But in this case,
All of
it
us.
was just the smell of malt vinegar is now associated with that experience.
That being said, I mean, having gone down south a lot and had like a lot of like barbecue, especially in the
Mm.
Carolinas, where it's a little bit of a different kind of barbecue. The
I love
sauce-
Carolina
the
because
sauce-
it's mustard
It's-
barbecue.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
my favorite.
well,
very
they do a lot of
vinegary.
vinegar
I-
based too.
Yeah.
Yes,
I love
that's
it.
why I
But-
love it.
But the thing that I always loved over even like the pork barbecue is always really good and it had like a nice seasoning to it. But the thing that I really enjoyed were getting the hush puppies. Like
Oh.
those were just like so
Homemade ones
delicious.
are great.
Oh yeah.
Deep
Yeah.
fried cannonball.
They're not so bad when you make them yourself.
Yep, I was 100%. Well, I've never had homemade ones, so I can't say. Yep, tastes like cake batter.
Those taste like vanilla, at least.
Yeah. I mean, it's not as bad as the Swiss cake roll one.
I'm not hating this one.
I'm just not wild
No,
about it.
it
It's
tastes
fine.
like-
It's innocuous.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
tastes like super cheap fudge swirl.
Yeah.
ice cream.
Yeah.
It's fine. Okay, not great.
Like great value fudge swirl.
With some chunks of cake in it.
Yeah, it doesn't have that awful lotion texture or
No.
chapstick chunks.
But it tastes like fake vanilla.
Or that snotty texture is one in the cake roll.
Thank you for saying that.
Snotty. No, you're right. It tastes like basically like Great Value fudge ripple.
Yep.
It's
And they put
not.
like the cheap like chocolate syrup.
Yeah,
in
it does. It
ripple.
tastes like chocolate syrup, not.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I'm not hating it.
I mean, it's
No, it's
innocuous.
fine.
It's innocuous.
If that's what was available, I would eat it.
Yeah, if somebody, if I was at a birthday party and
Yeah.
somebody put it next to a piece of cake,
Yeah, that's.
I eat it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What do you think, dear? You enjoying it?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, I enjoyed that one.
Do you have
Yeah,
something to say?
You have something to add, Duffy?
Duffy
There
Cam.
it goes.
Kitty can.
All we got was tail.
Because he's over here now.
Yep.
Say hi, Zero.
Love you.
So we got to be running out of flavors.
Yeah, we've got, I think we've
Two
got
more,
two
maybe.
left.
Nutty bar.
Well, and I know what one of them is. I think it's
Something
pretty wild. I don't think it's a snack cake that I've had.
I think it showed up maybe in the mid to late 90s.
What's that?
Which would have been we would have been old
Which is
enough
the
then.
one we're going to do next.
Oh.
And I think this is one I picked up in Geneva when
Should
I
I be
was
scared?
traveling, and I saw it in the store, and I was camping, and then after I finished camping, I made a stop specifically to get this one, because I was like, we gotta have to have this one.
So Sarah is not going to like this.
Knows right away.
This is the unicorn sparkling strawberry swirl cake.
Oh God,
Lord.
that sounds horrible.
A little closer, and turn it the other way, the other way, the other way, the other way.
I did, and then you said the other way.
All right, and do the top of the thing too. I meant the top of the lid, if it's got any fun graphics or anything. Yeah, there you go. I was hoping for like a unicorn on it.
It's got a unicorn horn on the letter U.
Ah.
So it is not a Swiss roll, it's a cake.
Oh my God. If this tastes like bubblegum, I'm out. Yeah, that's what I thought too.
So this is violently pink.
It looks like Pepto Bismol.
No, it looks like when Teresa and I hang out.
I don't know what you mean.
Who's wearing pink? Who's wearing teal? I don't know.
What is up with the two of you and all your pink?
She wears a lot of fuchsia. I wear a lot of pink, like
We both have
Anti-pink.
a lot of teal.
anti-pink thing. And we both own a lot of teal. But in my defense, it looks great on me.
Make sure you give Sarah a nice big scoop of this.
I think
Oh,
Yeah, make sure she gets a lot of the blue chunks.
Yeah,
whatever they are.
make sure she gets some blue chunks.
so it's blue later when
Oh
it
God,
comes
is that
back
what
out.
the cake looks like?
Holy gross. Oh my God.
So again, I don't think many of us had this growing up.
No, I never even heard of it.
Me either.
I
but
think it's a late 90s,
That looks-
2000s Little Debbie release.
it looks
Hand me the
so-
container down when you're
so
done with that.
objectionable.
It
Please,
gets worse
please
'cause
give
there's,
Mike
like,
that
teal-
one with the
Chunks in it.
great big scoop.
There's teal and there's green.
Oh.
Please
And-
give me a much smaller scoop.
You'll get what you get. This is Snackrifice, damn it.
You'll get,
You gotta be
you'll
willing.
like it.
Hey, I mean, I'll try it. I'm not promising to eat a lot of it.
Here, have a nice big blue
Hey, Liz,
stripe.
Oh,
hand me down
good.
Liz, hand me down the container, please.
If this tastes like strawberry bubblegum,
I can
I'm
smell it from
gonna
here.
be so
Well,
unhappy.
it's really it's so
Oh my
fake
God.
strawberry.
What
That one
Whoa.
smells like the strawberry shortcake. Though.
Yes.
Okay, so there's the little cake.
Smells like strawberry.
on the,
I'm not looking
Oh my
package.
God.
Not looking
And-
forward to this.
Oh God, it's purple. I can't. There's
Oh
purple
my God.
chunks in it.
There's a little unicorn.
Got candy, crunchy
Oh,
Pop Rocks,
what the hell
Oh
is
my
that?
God, is that Pop Rocks?
but they don't pop. But they have the,
Oh.
they have the texture of Pop Rocks.
No, it's like somebody dissolved a pixie stick in there. Oh my God, this is vile.
Who would eat this on purpose?
Oh, That was like gritty.
That's what I said. It's pop
It's
rock.
like
It's like,
somebody put sand in ice cream.
I think the cake is sparkling, so it has.
Oh,
This is awful.
this is like if you're at the beach and you had a hard ice cream and you dropped it in the sand and picked it up and ate it anyway.
Oh my god. That's awful.
Okay, I'll say this: the ice cream part of it, I actually like the ice cream better than the strawberry shortcake part.
Because that was like
It's not saying much, Sarah,
no.
but I like it better than that.
Yeah.
But the off-putting part is what you guys have spoken to, the little gritty, crunchy bits.
Well, the ice cream in here doesn't taste like strawberry to me. It tastes like cotton candy.
Yeah.
No, I get that. I totally get that fake strawberry quick flavor to me.
Maybe it's just
This is
that,
my least favorite one.
maybe it's just that the strawberry has muted so much because of the sugary. Oh god.
So I'm
That's
I'm
awful.
going to ask everybody here about a sensory childhood memory. Did you ever get sick, go to the doctor, and get the liquid amoxicillin, the pink stuff that had to be kept in the refrigerator?
Yep. Which is why I can
No, I
no longer
learned how to
have
swallow pills
amoxicillin.
really early, so.
This tasted like that.
I still
Oh, that vaguely fruit flavor.
Yeah.
Like they call it fruit flavor for a kid, but it's not.
to this day cannot eat anything dreamsicle flavored because when I was 10, I had extremely bad bronchitis, and until I was about 15, I could not swallow pills. Had extreme trouble with it. So they gave me this medicine that they said was going to taste like dreamsicle. Well, it tasted like if somebody had taken a bowl of dreamsicle ice cream and left it out in the sun all day and it was sour
Until it curdled.
So, and I had to take that for like 10 days. So even as an adult, I cannot have dreamsicle anything because I taste that taste. It took me so long to be able to eat non-cinnamon applesauce because mom used to crush up my Advil and stuff in it until I could take those.
We crush up Zane's allergy pills and
So-
applesauce.
So we're finding out that Teresa's got a lot of like
I have a lot
weird,
of
like old like snack.
Snack trauma.
Traumas.
visceral childhood reactions to food.
And I have to think that this is probably not allowed in other countries. Because that food coloring that's in there
Oh my god.
is probably like titanium
There-
dioxide.
there
They don't
isn't
use that kind of.
There isn't a single real
natural color.
natural ingredient in that ice cream. It says a floof. I am too no, nice floofs.
All right.
A pits with
Well, you guys have almost survived the Snackrifice.
Best for
Grand
last.
finale.
Best for last.
Best for last. We hope.
Cross your fingers because some part of me will be so sad if this is terrible. Because I literally just ate a box of Nutty Bars
On the way here?
last week.
It was one of the ones Peter actually liked. He had a weird weakness for.
I bought them for myself while I had the
Mhm.
Rona because it made me feel better emotionally.
Yep, you're good. So what's funny is did you know that there was like two different names for them too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nutty.
There's Nutty Bars or Nutty Buddies.
Oh, I feel like I did know that.
Did they change it because of the ice cream? Like the ice cream cones that they called
That they called
Nutty
Nutty Buddies, maybe?
That they
I don't
eventually
know.
turned into drumsticks.
Yes.
drumsticks.
Because we get them from Schwann's, and I still call them Nutty Buddies. And nobody except my parents knows what I'm talking about when I say Nutty
'Cause
Buddies. So
we
I
were-
started saying drumsticks.
We were having a discussion on another podcast that I do, and we were talking about doing this, and a couple of the guys on the podcast are from different areas of the country, and they're like, "Oh, you mean Nutty Buddies?" And I'm like, "No, Nutty Bars.
And they're the same thing.
They're the same exact thing. The packaging's exactly the same, except they changed the."
Was it like how Girl Scout cookies? There's a couple of them that are different names regionally.
Yeah, some of that is like they renamed the Samoas.
Give me a good scoop of
Well, no,
Because
there was a
it's
couple others that were like that. They're
Oh,
just
yeah.
named different things in
things
different
regionally.
places.
course, the Samoa's
Yeah,
thing is
right.
because, thanks. Oh, God. I should have wiped my spoon off. It still tastes like that offensive strawberry. So gross. It was so gross.
It smells like peanut butter.
Ooh, yes, she do.
So I think the ice cream base is a peanut butter
Yeah.
ice cream.
Yeah.
Please don't suck.
Which I think we've had like Reese's peanut butter cup ice cream cakes, and it kind of smells like that ice cream that they use in that.
Mm-hmm.
I think number one, the peanut butter in the ice cream has made the texture of the ice cream better.
Mm-hmm.
Probably because it's adding a fat to it.
Yeah, the texture.
I'm not
More
sure I
peanut
care
butter.
for the chunks of something. I know it's probably supposed to be the wafer cookie. But other than that, I'm a fan. This is pretty good.
Okay.
The
Peanut butter kind of
wafer
fixes
cookie
everything.
chunks are kind of like when you buy one out of a vending machine and it's stale.
Yeah, because they're soft.
I wish
They're not-
the chocolate was a little more chocolatey, but I think that's been across the board. Has been
I
the
would eat
case.
a whole roll of it.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I think that you could, like, if you were like an ice cream shop and you wanted to make something like this on your own, like you'd have like maybe like a peanut butter ice cream, and then like crush up
Mm-hmm.
like a nutty bar
Yeah.
into the sundae.
You could do it like Abbott's does with their
where they mix it together.
where they mix
don't
it
leave
in.
it mixed
at,
in. They mix it in when they're
at the
scooping.
moment of.
And
Like,
why
'cause
not?
you
I
Why
can see
not
it being
add
done
just
as
some
like
like
a-
hot fudge and some nuts?
I can see it being done as almost
Like
like a
just
cold
double-
stone
double
kind of
down.
thing.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Yeah,
That was a good one.
that
Yeah,
was
peanut
definitely
butter
a good
fixes
one.
everything now.
I think it had the best. It had the best base.
Yes,
Mhm.
definitely the best ice cream base.
Yeah, I'll go with that. That was good.
Not too bad.
We're all like, well, I mean, okay. I'm gonna say it didn't live up quite to what I wanted it to. Like Mike said, I do wish it was crunchy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible
Yeah, I wish
Yeah.
they had found a way to. Well, they like those little.
Unless you coated it entirely in chocolate.
Like I said, they got those Rice Krispie Crunchies.
Yeah.
and
Yeah, they
the
were
Star
crunchy.
Crunch. But I guess maybe, like you said, maybe it would have to be so coated to maintain the wafer crunch.
Yeah.
Too porous or something the way they
I
are.
think that's what it is that the
moisture would seep in.
some moisture would leach into. But like all in all, this is definitely the closest to what I would want it to be. So this one came the closest to living up to my expectations.
Yeah. I mean, I expected it to be my favorite, and it's not.
Really?
It's my favorite Little Debbie of all the ones we had,
Mm.
but my favorite ice cream is actually going to be the honey bun.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one. Yeah,
I did.
I think we had a good like end cap, like beginning and end, like the honey bun to start and then the nutty bar to finish. And then there was a few highlights,
Yeah.
in between, like the Star Crunch. I thought
Was
was really
surprisingly good.
good. The unicorn one was amazing. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, no. The pleasant surprise was the cosmic brownie. I think
Yeah.
that was a
Yeah, that was
surprise.
Way better
that
than
was
I
where it
expected
was
it to
heading.
be.
The negative surprise to me was the Swiss roll, considering I actually do
Oh.
enjoy them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was
Yeah,
just
that
sort
was
of
disappointing.
like cakey goo.
Yeah, it was just.
Like I didn't expect to like either one that had strawberry in it, but that one was surprisingly horrible.
Yeah, it exceeded my negative expectations.
And I think the other aspect of it was now I am doubting. Now I really need to go to the store and get a Swiss roll.
And
Is
see.
that what you taste? Does it really not taste like chocolate? Is it entirely mental because it's
It's been so long
brown?
since I
Yeah.
But I
had
think
one.
it tasted like chocolate when really it just tasted like generic
Cake.
cake batter.
Well, I think
Well-
that as you get older, if you've had expensive
Good-
chocolate,
Good
since then,
chocolate, yeah.
and you don't eat really bad mass-produced American chocolate,
Yeah.
then Yeah, the nostalgia has
You're
you
gonna-
thinking chocolate, but if you try it again, you'd probably think it tastes.
So this tastes like wax.
Yeah. Well, I mean, friends of ours did 3 of them. When they found out that we were doing this, they shared like a post yesterday saying, "Hey, we're going to be live tomorrow around 1-ish or so." And they were like, "Oh, we didn't even know these existed." So they went out to the store and got 3 of them last night. And they actually did a side by side of the ice cream and the snack.
and the thing.
And
That's clever.
We contemplated doing that, but we thought it might be
That's
a
a lot.
lot.
That's a
Yeah.
lot of sugar.
That's,
Yeah.
You know, that's beyond sugar jitters into sugar diabetic shock.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
That's into nausea.
but to be fair, they only did 3. We did 9
9.
today. So like, and plus some of these, I don't know that we would have been able to find snacks like the unicorn.
And
cake
you know
thing.
what? That's not a bad thing.
No.
I kind of want to buy one of those unicorn cakes. And see
Oh,
what
Are you?
What are you?
you go ahead and fall on that sword and report back.
You go report back.
But that's what this is all about, though, is trying all sorts of fun and interesting snacks.
Yeah.
And we have a lot more coming your way. We still have some Sakurico left and Universal Yums, which is I think our new favorite one. And
Yeah, that's one
Yeah.
I've done with Rob and Maggie, and
and
we had a good time with the England box in particular. That was
Yeah, and
great.
we-
Or the UK.
and I was on a little bit of a road trip last weekend and went to a Asian grocery mart and picked up some snacks there too. So we got a lot headed your way with this. The ice cream was very interesting, a good summertime treat.
Definitely.
And some of it was a treat, and some of it
Yeah.
was a trial.
Yes, it totally was.
And some of it gave Teresa PTSD.
Yeah, the oatmeal cream pie is definitely. It definitely. I didn't like
It's
it.
just so fucking weird.
I didn't have.
Oh,
it
there's
as
my
a-
one F-bomb for
yeah,
the
I
episode.
didn't have it as a kid. I don't like them as
You can
an
still have a
adult.
PG-13 rating.
I never had them as a kid. I tried them, I think, for the very first time a couple years ago as an adult. I didn't like the inside because it was like stale marshmallow
Mhm.
or like greasy stale
Marshmallow flavored lotion.
Marshmallow lotion.
Oh,
Go to Bath and Body Works
These are
and
getting
buy
worse and worse
some
with
of
these
the
descriptions every
body
day.
cream in their new
like the
in their
souffle body
new
cream.
fall roasted marshmallows.
And then just eat it.
and then just eat it.
Probably have higher
Terrible.
quality ingredients in it.
No offense to the, I'm sure, lovely people at Hudsonville Creamery. I hope
And to
Little
be
Debbie
fair, they
paid you
tasted
well.
like
Honestly, they were trying to make a sow's ear into a silk purse in several cases. So A for effort, man.
well, and to be fair, some of them tasted exactly like the snack. It's
Yep.
just
The
I thought
snack was
was
bad.
gross. Yeah, the oatmeal cream pie one tasted exactly like an oatmeal cream pie.
It's just to the like your snack is
I
bad
guess-
and you should feel bad.
Especially when you have all this trauma from these.
I didn't realize I had so much snack food related trauma.
Even as a child, you were extremely dramatic.
You know,
like snack food related trauma. It's like between the hush puppies and the oatmeal cream pies.
and this isn't even all of them.
Mine wasn't snacks. It was always because I have texture issues.
Yeah,
It was always
that's why I
the
don't.
way things were cooked. My mother is a perfectly acceptable cook, but she cooked things the way my dad liked them.
And Dad, to this day,
Boiled
still
vegetables
prefers
to dad.
boiled vegetables. I'm like,
And I can't.
I can't.
And I thought I hated so many vegetables, and then
Yeah.
I became an adult, and I'm like, okay, I still hate a couple of them, but
Oh, but I still to
but
this
it's
day
cooking method.
cannot
think-
stand ravioli because of the texture.
I think that's something that, all of us have experienced in one way or the other, is that, there were foods that Mike told me that he adamantly did not like before we got married.
Mm.
And I have since cooked them. And he's like, you know what? I actually do like pork
Like-
chops.
like-
Or, you know what? I actually do like, the squash.
Yep.
This thing.
And
Peter told me when we started dating that he didn't like Italian food. It was
Like-
almost a no-go.
get out.
Almost a no-go, but it's just because his mother is
But like there were
Donna.
several things like
That's
that
at least-
from our childhood that I thought I didn't like because my mom was preparing them to Dad's tastes. And then when the kids left the house, she's like, screw it, I'm gonna cook the way I want to. And potato soup is no longer just runny mashed potatoes.
oh, the way he made potatoes.
Meatloaf and her meatballs now have structural integrity.
We should totally do like
Childhood
TikToks of
nostalgia.
secret videos of my dad's horrifying cooking.
Oh God! To this day, whenever my
He's the
dad,
worst.
when
you are on Facebook Live. You could watch.
Yeah.
He's not gonna watch Facebook.
please,
He
he
doesn't.
can barely operate email.
I guess
He-
the other thing, like, I didn't think I liked Brussels sprouts. Because my grandmother is
Yeah.
from that generation
Yeah.
where
Boil the hell out of
they were
everything.
boiled to death until they were just bitter balls of slime,
Oh,
which she would then add salt and olive oil to,
when
which just made them greasy,
Greasy.
bitter
Yeah.
balls of slime.
when my dad is allowed to either prepare them or
Oh, no.
request or demand preparation, Mom and I refer to them as fart sprouts because you cook them to the point where they taste and smell like farts.
But now I oven roast them
yeah, there you go.
until they outside leaves get crunchy,
Crunchy.
and they're delicious. So
I only like them raw. I like them shaved into salads raw.
I didn't
But-
even know you could eat them raw until Sarah started making those things.
So I think, I mean, what we're finding out is I think you have two like spin-off type video podcast things.
Childhood nostalgia foods.
Well, no, the
Oh.
the food of Teresa's traumas, and,
If that's
And
the case, the episode will be recorded without me. Thank you.
and then
Thank you and good night.
and then Barry. Well, no, you could just discuss them. You don't have to eat
Oh, okay.
Big Bear's
Yeah.
cooking misadventures.
Me?
Barry-
Talk about
Barry,
things?
Barry cooks.
Oh my god.
Cooks.
I could do an entire episode on Barry's
Well, no,
method
you
of
gotta,
cooking chili.
You gotta no.
The Mexican corn
It's
incident
gotta
will
be-
not be discussed.
It's got to be. Yeah, you got to do like each dish. Like as an episode. You can't just.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't.
Chili-
You can't burn it all at once.
No,
This
chili
is how Barry cooked it. This is how it's supposed to.
and a dish that Dad called Mexican corn.
She was texting me this whole time, like, "Oh my god, you won't believe what he's doing."
It was now I hate the word mouthfeel the way most people hate the word moist. But when I tell you that this dish had the most objectionable mouthfeel of anything I've ever eaten, I cannot
My mother boycotted it.
I
She
cannot
didn't eat
stress that enough. Mom took one look into the pan
Nope.
and was like, nope, I'm not eating that. And I, even though I'm the person in the family that Dad fights most with, there are plenty of times where I'm like, I'm going to do this to make Dad happy. And I should not have.
was it gritty,
Okay.
crunchy, creamy?
Okay. Do you want me to tell you of what
Yeah.
it what
The
Yeah,
okay.
give us
Mexican
a
corn
quick-
incident.
Give us a quick rundown of your
Okay,
dad's preparation
this is
of,
how-
what is it, Mexican
Mexican
Mexican corn
incident.
had 0 ingredients in it.
I thought you were
which
gonna
are-
say it had zero corn.
No,
I thought you were
There was
saying
no
Mexican.
corn.
there was nothing discernibly Mexican,
Mexican
Latin,
about it.
etc. about it, except the fact that garlic was in it, which isn't even
Or
discernibly.
tomatoes. He threw tomatoes in
Oh,
it.
he,
so
he threw
considered
tomatoes
it
in
to
there.
be
But okay,
Mexican.
what he did is he takes 2 cans of corn
You already
and
got
does
the
not
best
drain them. Pours them into a wok because apparently for
part.
Dad that is
everything in the
a
wok.
universal cooking utensil vessel. He pours 2 cans of undrained corn into a wok. That's also how he makes chili, but that's another story. He then takes a can of, again, non-drained crushed tomatoes. Now, the non-drained crushed tomatoes I would have accepted had he drained the corn. But now we have corn tomato soup. Actually, but it's more like is corn
But wait,
corn
it
to-
gets worse.
it gets worse. Corn tomato water is essentially what it
gets
is.
worse.
Yeah. So then he takes onion powder, garlic powder, and
So not actual onion or
No.
actual garlic.
No.
'cause He doesn't understand what order you cook.
he
things
doesn't
in.
think you should saute
Oh,
onions
so
first
they're
Like when he
just raw.
makes chili and stuff, he dumps in like tomatoes
and
with the
then
juice
puts
and
the
then
onion.
puts onions in.
So he
He's
essentially
like
poaches the onions.
But anyway, Mexican corn
So
is
so
got
back to the
corn powder,
back to the
garlic
corn
powder.
and tomatoes floating in water. He then,
corn juice.
when it starts to get warm, he takes
Oh,
an entire package of shredded cheese.
cheddar. Mind
Shredded cheddar, and pours it into this dish.
So not mixing it in like to make a sauce. He's actually just
Now,
Into the water.
And he
cheddar.
expects this.
Now,
he expects this. To,
I don't know.
He expected it to melt. Except the problem is there is so much liquid,
Too much water.
too much water, and the pan was not hot enough.
just get congealed
to-
cheese chunks.
So essentially,
Ding, ding.
you have then
Tell
got
her what you
shredded
want.
cheese floating in vaguely warm corn tomato water, and the cheese just floats in the water, so it doesn't even like melt on any level. And what else did he put in it that was like? And
It
then
didn't have chili
no-
powder.
no
so he put
rice,
something
no
else
chili
in it.
powder,
Nothing to
nothing.
soak up the liquid.
Yep. Oh, and then he puts minced garlic in it. Which,
Wow,
of course,
okay.
because there's so much water, rehydrates slightly. So then there is this something. It's more like corn tomato soup than it is.
And I was just
anything
getting
else.
this string of increasingly horrified text
But
messages.
because the cheese doesn't melt, it's sort of like shredded cheese has a certain quantity of like oil in it.
Yeah.
So it gets this sort of greasy, shreddy mouthfeel in this corn tomato soup. It was just it was the weirdest collection of sensations. And he didn't like break up the crushed tomatoes, so it's like chunks of tomato and boiled corn and cheese floating.
It probably
Floating in water.
full of bark.
It did. It looked and that was sort of the consistency.
And then my mother just sends me one text. Teresa has this wall. My mother sends me one text after dinner and just goes, "I hate your father."
Yep.
So, and this is me. I'm kind of I like to cook out of the pantry, especially in the winter. I don't mind using canned ingredients. It's perfectly fine.
I don't care about
So
that.
it's not like being hoity-toity, like okay, blah blah blah, or pre-shredded cheese, because most people do not.
I
have
don't
the time
care
to sit
about
there with a
that.
shredder and make it. So let me tell you how I would have cooked it.
Mhm. The right way.
Using the exact ingredients that your father used.
Mhm.
So first, I would drain the corn, and I would saute it in a little bit of butter to give it a nice little brown char
Something.
on it,
Yeah.
almost to get that roasted, that fire roasted
Yeah.
corn flavor. And I would put it to the side, and then I would open my can of crushed tomato and squish it up a little bit just to break it up, make sure there's no whole pieces. And then I would take my wok. I'm using your dad's utensils. So I would take my wok and I would saute some garlic, some onion, and some chilies or chili seasoning, if you want to use just chili seasoning, in a little bit of oil. And then I would add my tomatoes and cook all of that down until it has like a seasoned taste to it. Taste it, salt it, add whatever more or less you want. And then I would put my corn in it. And while that is kind of warming and bubbling, I would go over here and I would make a roux.
Oh.
I would do butter, flour, a little bit of milk, a thick roux, melt the cheese in it
Oh, okay.
until you have basically a cheese sauce. And then I would mix it in and thicken this with it. I mean, the cheese really should just go on top.
That's the thing. Any normal
have
person
gone in there at all.
Any normal person would have just put the cheese on top at the end when you serve it.
Right.
But
and I would also serve it over rice.
Yes. And see, the funny thing is, like, about a week and a half later, Mom made it was essentially like the stuffing you'd put in a stuffed pepper: rice, tomatoes, ground beef, and some vaguely chili like spices. And I'm going, this would be the Mexican corn. I mean, without corn, but you know what I'm saying. She made Spanish rice essentially. But it's just, and that's essentially how he made chili too. He poached the onions in tomato water,
everything
like, and then he couldn't understand why I had to put almost an entire bottle of chili powder in it to get it to taste like a thing. And I'm like, it's because you poached the onions. All of the lovely aromatic.
Well, then he had the nerve to tell me my chili was okay. Which one of us is a professional?
Trained chef.
All right. Well,
Yeah, sorry.
stay tuned for Teresa's new video podcast, Barry Cooks, where she will
He
review
cooks.
everything that Barry cooks.
Sorry.
Yeah, so thank you, Teresa and Sarah, for joining us on Willing Snackrifice. Liz, it's been real.
It's been fun.
Been fun.
Real
and
fun.
Real fun. Yes. We'll see y'all next time. Stay
Really
tuned
fun.
for more.
Bye.
Bye.